Community building is an ongoing thing. It's always something to do. We just dropped off about $500–600 worth of clothes. Donations. We find ourselves doing that as much as it is needed in the community that we live in. In every community that we've lived in, we did the back to school drive this year.
We gave away, what, 30 haircuts?
Yeah, we gave away about 30 haircuts.
30 haircuts, backpacks.
Yeah. We have to stay in that vein and be in touch with the community because that's what we call to do. That's our push is to be in touch with the community. You know, people should know your name in your community. People should know who you are in your community. And not just your block, they should know who you are. And some of the things that whenever I would teach in class in my home or when we were at the library teaching classes, we would always set up a community initiative. That's beside the parliament. Really, the parliament was to plan what we're going to do for that month.
Right. So which included a community initiative.
You got to have a community initiative. Whether it was warm heads and hands, whether it was back to school drives, whatever it was, we wanted to be relevant in helping that community. So that's always been my saying. And you know, the 5%ers did that. When the children grow up, they say, you know, I remember when the 5%ers, they gave us, you know, popsicles. I don't know. I don't care what it is.
Right.
What year was that we took them kids skating?
Oh, we did that. That was a few years back. We took over. How many children
like
was that?
75 kids. So 75 kids.
That's documented. We got that too.
Through, was it Mother's Day?
And we gave the mothers. We gave the mothers the day off.
And so we just went through knocking on the doors. It's like, wow, we got them, let them come on.
And
we got one of the local artists, and so of course they brought in, they have a nice label, so they got the fly whips and the big rap vans and the big speakers, and so they came through making noise, and so of course all the kids run to them. What kind of car was that the man had?
I can't remember. I think it was a big Suburban.
No, I'm talking about it was like a Bentley or something. He was letting the kids get in the car.
I can't remember.
Okay, so this man,
$100,000 car.
He was letting the kids get up in the car. I think somebody might have wasted some Kool-Aid or something, but then it was some juice or something. They wasted something in his car because I remember they was like they had to get it clean. But anyway, all of that to say, they really got all the way in, and the kids just was like totally blown from it.
Wow.
And we only anticipated taking like maybe 25 kids, you know.
That's something.
When we headed out, it was people coming in their cars. We didn't have enough room, so people started volunteering to basically we was like, we'll get them in if you get them there, but making those kind of impactful moments in the community is imperative, because you know when we get into city signs, what is your footprint, you know, on the city? How effective are you at making yourself known? Who can you call?
Right, and that's what I want to ask you. Like, what is it? What kind of effects did you see in the community?
Well, I'll start from the beginning. See, we started in a different dispensation, but I'm gonna start with one of the first ones that I seen doing community work was True Born Shati. Even at his young age, he would pass out flyers in the community. She knew True Born.
Because I was working in the labels, and so he was all like you see him now. He's always in the mix promoting his brand.
Shout out to No Hater Shall Prosper.
But I was working, I want to say I was working I was actually interning at Job, and I was seeing him out. I didn't know per se what he was, but I was familiar with him. So he was always
there
out.
As far as, and that goes into a whole different conversation about what we would call the non-born of Sudan. Each one of those brothers, my brothers, have touched this community in the city of Dallas, Fort Worth in a very special way. And those 9 that I know have really never stopped. This is an extension. We've always done something. During our tenure being together, we've always done something. That goes for Supreme 7. That goes for Trueborn Shati, Infinite Kejan, Rala, that anything I God, all of us. We've always done Be God. We've always done something for the community or in the community, whether it was small or large. That's something that we've always, the academy, the Allah school that we had in Sudan, it was to reach the community. You know, even
was it a university or?
It was a university,
right,
the University of Allah.
University of Allah.
Yeah, and it was to reach the community we were in. I mean, there's some times they wanted to run us off the block, and we wouldn't budge. You know, it's funny that you mentioned like our foot. The Earth mentioned the footprint. That footprint is still being made with us doing the things that we did back in the day. You know, even into now, until we were still doing the warm hands and hands, taking the babies to the zoo in our communities. So these are things that we know to be right and exact, because if they don't know you in your community, even, you know, when we lived over in another area of Dallas, the children, it got to the point where the children would knock on my door and say, Mr. Allah, can I take your trash out? Because I would give them money to take, and I would be able to teach them. This is how you reach them. I would be able to teach them, yeah, because I would tell them little things. I wouldn't have to necessarily give them the mathematics. I would just give them a little nugget, and they would come back and want to know more. And we would talk to them on our step all the time.
If Mecca did this.
Peace. In celebration of each other, we support each other's hustle. Weight Life has sponsored this content. You can get a sweatshirt, t-shirt, or a hoodie at the Common Unity store of a law school in Mecca. Or just simply hit me up. I got the hookup. Peace.